Ladies and gentlemen, imagine standing in front of a mirror, looking at yourself and asking, am I truly living for myself or am I just existing for the world? Most of us spend our days chasing approval, scrolling through perfect lives on screens and worrying about what others think. We lose ourselves in distractions, endless gossip, unnecessary drama, and meaningless comparisons. And in the process, we waste something we can never get back: time. Today, I want you to pause and ask yourself, what if I invested all that energy into my own growth instead of worrying about others? Life is a journey filled with opportunities, challenges, and countless choices. Every day we wake up with the power to decide how we want to spend our time, who we want to be, and what kind of life we want to create. Yet too often, people blame their circumstances, their past, or even others for where they are in life. The truth is, no one is responsible for your success or happiness except you. Your life is in your hands, and until you take full ownership of it, you will remain stuck in a cycle of excuses and regrets. It is easy to shift blame. Many people say they didn't get the right opportunities, that their families didn't support them, or that society didn't give them a fair chance. While these factors can create obstacles, they do not define your future. History is filled with examples of people who came from nothing, faced unimaginable hardships, yet still rose to greatness. What set them apart? They refused to let their past dictate their future. They took responsibility for their actions, their mindset, and their growth. They understood that success is not given, it is earned. Taking responsibility means recognizing that your thoughts, decisions, and actions shape your reality. If you constantly tell yourself that you are unlucky, that nothing ever works out for you, and that you have no control over your circumstances, then you're already setting yourself up for failure. But the moment you decide to change your perspective and take charge, everything shifts. Instead of seeing problems, you start seeing solutions. Instead of making excuses, you start taking action. Instead of waiting for someone else to change your life, you start changing it yourself. One of the biggest reasons people struggle to take responsibility is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of stepping outside their comfort zone. It's easier to stay where you are, doing the same things, even if you are unhappy. But comfort does not lead to growth. The only way to move forward is to face your fears, embrace challenges, and learn from your mistakes. Failure is not the end, it is a lesson. Every setback is an opportunity to grow, to improve, and to become stronger. The most successful people in the world have all failed at some point, but what made them different was their refusal to quit. They took ownership of their failures, learned from them, and kept going. Taking responsibility also means letting go of excuses. How often do we say, I don't have time, I'm too tired, or I'll start tomorrow? The truth is, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. The difference between successful and unsuccessful people is how they use their time. Instead of wasting hours on distractions, they focus on their goals. Instead of complaining about their situation, they take steps to change it. Instead of waiting for motivation, they build discipline. If something truly matters to you, you will find a way to make it happen. Another important aspect of personal responsibility is self-discipline. Success is not about luck. It is about consistency. Small daily habits lead to big results over time. Whether it's improving your health, building a career, or learning a new skill, progress requires effort every single day. No one can force you to wake up early, work hard, or stay committed to your dreams. That choice is yours alone. If you are not where you want to be in life, ask yourself, are you truly putting in the effort? Are you making the most of your time? Are you holding yourself accountable? Ultimately, your life is your responsibility. No one else can live it for you. No one else can make your dreams come true. You have the power to shape your future, but it starts with taking ownership of your actions, your mindset, and your growth. The moment you stop blaming others and start focusing on what you can control, you will unlock the true potential within you. Comparison is one of the most damaging habits a person can develop. It robs people of happiness, peace, and self-worth. In a world where social media constantly showcases the highlight reels of other people's lives, it has become easier than ever to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others. Whether it's someone's career success, physical appearance, relationships, or lifestyle, there is always something that makes us feel like we are not enough. The truth, however, is that comparison is a losing game. It does not lead to growth or motivation. Instead, it creates insecurity, dissatisfaction, and unnecessary self-doubt. One of the biggest problems with comparison is that it is never fair. When people compare themselves to others, they are often looking at someone else's best moments while being painfully aware of their own struggles and shortcomings. Social media has made this even worse by allowing people to showcase only the most glamorous parts of their lives. No one posts their failures, their struggles, or their moments of self-doubt. What people see is a carefully curated version of reality, not the whole truth. Comparing oneself to these filtered images and perfect moments is unfair because it creates an illusion of perfection that does not exist. Comparison leads to a constant feeling of inadequacy. No matter how successful someone is, there will always be someone else who seems to be doing better. This creates an endless cycle where happiness is always just out of reach. Instead of appreciating personal progress, people become fixated on what they lack. They stop celebrating their own achievements because they are too busy measuring them against someone else's. This habit not only diminishes self-worth, but also takes away the joy that comes from recognizing one's own growth and progress. Another dangerous aspect of comparison is that it shifts focus from self-improvement to external validation. People start making choices not based on what makes them happy, but on what will make them appear successful in the eyes of others. They pursue careers, relationships, and lifestyles not because they truly want them, but because they want to compete or keep up with others. This often leads to frustration and disappointment because no amount of external success can bring true fulfillment if it is not aligned with personal values and passions. Comparison also breeds resentment. Instead of feeling inspired by other people's success, it creates jealousy and bitterness. It becomes difficult to genuinely celebrate other people's achievements when they are seen as a reminder of personal shortcomings. This not only damages relationships, but also prevents personal growth. Success is not limited. Another person's achievements do not take away from one's own potential. But when comparison takes over, it becomes difficult to see opportunities because the focus is on competition rather than self-improvement. The irony of comparison is that it often causes people to miss out on their own potential. When energy is spent worrying about what others are doing, there is less time to focus on personal goals and aspirations. Growth requires attention, dedication, and self-reflection, none of which can happen when time is wasted constantly measuring oneself against others. True success comes from working on becoming the best version of oneself, not from trying to outshine someone else. Happiness is not found in being better than others. It is found in being content with who you are and what you have. When comparison is removed from the equation, it becomes easier to appreciate personal progress and achievements. Instead of feeling threatened by someone else's success, it becomes possible to be inspired by it. The only person worth comparing oneself to is the person you were yesterday. Growth, fulfillment, and true joy come from within, not from being better than someone else. Time is the most valuable resource we have, yet it is often the most wasted. Unlike money, which can be earned again, or material possessions, which can be replaced, time is something that once lost can never be regained. Every second that passes is gone forever, and how we choose to use our time determines the quality of our life. Many people live as if they have unlimited time, postponing their dreams, delaying important decisions, and wasting hours on distractions that add no value to their lives. But the truth is, time is constantly slipping away, and every moment should be used wisely. One of the biggest mistakes people make is assuming they have plenty of time. They tell themselves that they will start working on their goals tomorrow, that they will pursue their dreams next year, or that they will make time for their loved ones when life becomes less busy. But the reality is, tomorrow is never guaranteed. Life is unpredictable, and waiting for the perfect moment often leads to a lifetime of regrets. The best time to start working on something meaningful is always now, because time will not wait for anyone. Many people spend a significant portion of their lives doing things that do not contribute to their growth or happiness. Hours are wasted on scrolling through social media, watching mindless entertainment, engaging in gossip, or worrying about things that are beyond control. While relaxation and entertainment are important, excessive time spent on unproductive activities leads to a life of stagnation. Every hour wasted is an hour that could have been used to learn something new, build a skill, strengthen relationships, or work towards a goal. People often complain about not having enough time, yet they fail to realize how much of it is lost to distractions. Another way time is wasted is through procrastination. Many people have dreams, ideas, and ambitions, but instead of taking action, they keep delaying them. They wait for the right mood, the right circumstances, or the right opportunity, without realizing that these things rarely come on their own. The longer something is postponed, the harder it becomes to start. Procrastination not only wastes time, but also creates unnecessary stress and guilt. Instead of putting things off, it is important to take small steps every day toward achieving something meaningful. Consistency, even in small efforts, leads to progress over time. Time is also precious because it is the foundation of relationships. Many people get so caught up in their daily routines, work schedules, and personal ambitions that they forget to spend time with their loved ones. They assume that their family and friends will always be there, but life moves quickly and opportunities to create meaningful memories can be lost. No amount of success or wealth can replace lost time with loved ones. Taking the time to express love, share moments, and build connections is one of the best uses of time because relationships are what truly add meaning to life. Success in any area of life, whether it is career, health, personal development, or relationships, depends on how time is managed. The most successful people in the world do not have more hours in a day than anyone else. They simply use their time more effectively. They prioritize what matters, eliminate distractions, and focus on continuous improvement. They understand that small daily efforts compound over time and lead to significant achievements. Ultimately, time is a gift, and how it is used defines the course of life. It should not be taken for granted or wasted on things that do not contribute to growth, happiness, or fulfillment. Every moment is an opportunity to learn, create, improve, and experience life to the fullest. The way time is spent today determines the kind of life that will be lived tomorrow. One of the biggest obstacles to personal growth is the constant need for approval from others. Many people spend their entire lives trying to please family, friends, colleagues, and even strangers, shaping their actions based on what will make them more liked, accepted, or validated. But in this pursuit of approval, they often lose sight of themselves. True self-growth comes from focusing on personal development, learning, and evolving, rather than seeking validation from the outside world. When people prioritize their own growth over the opinions of others, they unlock their true potential and experience a sense of fulfillment that external approval can never provide. One of the biggest dangers of seeking approval is that it makes people dependent on external validation. They start basing their self-worth on how many likes they get on social media, how many compliments they receive, or how others perceive them. This creates an endless cycle where happiness is always controlled by someone else's opinion. If people approve, they feel good. If they don't, they feel unworthy. But the truth is, self-worth should never come from the outside. It should come from within. Real confidence is built by knowing your own value, not by waiting for someone else to confirm it. Another issue with seeking approval is that it often leads to a life of compromise. People start making choices not based on what they truly want, but on what they think will impress others. They choose careers they don't love because society considers them successful. They dress, speak, and behave in ways that align with trends rather than their own identity. They suppress their real thoughts and feelings to fit in, afraid of being judged for who they truly are. But in doing so, they sacrifice their own happiness and authenticity. No matter how much approval they receive, it never feels fulfilling because they are not living for themselves. They are living for others. Focusing on self-growth instead of approval allows people to take control of their own lives. Growth requires learning, making mistakes, and taking risks. But when someone is constantly worried about what others think, they hesitate to step outside their comfort zone. They fear failure because they worry about being judged. They avoid trying new things because they don't want to look foolish. However, the most successful and fulfilled people in the world are those who have embraced failure as a part of growth. They understand that mistakes are lessons, not embarrassments. They take risks not because they are fearless, but because they know that growth only happens when they push beyond limitations. Self-growth also means prioritizing long-term progress over short-term validation. Many people chase quick approval by doing things that bring temporary praise but have no lasting value. They focus on impressing others in the moment rather than investing in skills, knowledge, and character development that will benefit them in the long run. Growth requires patience and persistence, while approval is often fleeting and superficial. When people choose to grow, they build something real, something that lasts beyond temporary validation. The moment people stop seeking approval and start focusing on their own growth, they begin to experience true freedom. They no longer feel pressured to meet unrealistic expectations set by society or individuals around them. They start making decisions based on what aligns with their values, dreams, and passions. They become more self-awareness, more confident, and more at peace with themselves. Real happiness comes from self-improvement, learning, and becoming the best version of oneself, not from waiting for others to applaud. The most successful and content individuals are those who prioritize growth over approval, knowing that at the end of the day, the only approval that truly matters is their own. Pain is often seen as something negative, something to be avoided at all costs. People fear it, resist it, and sometimes allow it to define them. However, pain is not an enemy, it is a teacher. It holds valuable lessons, shaping people into stronger, wiser, and more resilient individuals. Those who learn from their pain grow, while those who let it consume them remain stuck. Pain is not a barrier meant to stop progress, it is a lesson meant to guide it. Every person experiences pain in some form, physical, emotional, or mental. It could come from failure, loss, rejection, betrayal, or hardships. In those moments, pain feels unbearable, as if it will never end. But with time, many look back and realize that those painful experiences shape them in ways they never imagined. Pain forces people to reflect, to adapt, and to grow. Without it, there would be no reason to change, no push to evolve. It is through pain that people discover their own strength and resilience. One of the greatest lessons pain teaches is patience. When people go through difficulties, they often want instant relief. They want the suffering to end quickly, but life does not always work that way. Healing takes time, growth takes time, and understanding takes time. Pain teaches the value of endurance and the importance of trusting the process. Those who learn patience through pain develop a greater ability to handle challenges in the future. They understand that discomfort is temporary, but the strength gained from it lasts forever. Pain also teaches people to appreciate what they have. Often people take things for granted, good health, loving relationships, opportunities, until they experience loss or hardship. It is only when something is taken away that its true value is realized. Pain serves as a reminder to cherish life's blessings, to be grateful for even the smallest moments of happiness, and to never overlook the things that truly matter. Those who have experienced deep pain often become the most grateful, the most empathetic, and the most aware of life's fleeting nature. Another important lesson pain provides is the ability to let go. Many people hold onto things that no longer serve them. Painful memories, toxic relationships, self-doubt, or past failures. The weight of these burdens prevents them from moving forward. Pain, when embraced as a teacher, helps people realize what needs to be released. It forces them to confront their fears, accept their reality, and make peace with the past. Letting go does not mean forgetting. It means choosing not to let the pain define the future. Pain also builds resilience. Those who never face struggles never develop the mental and emotional strength needed to handle life's challenges. Just like muscles grow stronger when pushed to their limits, people grow stronger when they overcome difficulties. Pain tests limits, but it also expands them. It shows that survival is possible, that recovery is achievable, and that no setback is permanent. The strongest people are not those who have never suffered, but those who have suffered and kept going. Many successful people attribute their achievements to the pain they endured. Athletes push through physical pain to reach greatness. Entrepreneurs face countless failures before finding success. Artists create their most powerful work through personal struggles. Pain fuels transformation. It forces people to dig deeper, to find their inner strength, and to fight for what they want. Without pain, there is no growth. Pain is not meant to stop anyone, it is meant to teach. It teaches patience, gratitude, resilience, and the ability to let go. Instead of resisting pain, people should embrace it as a powerful force of growth. The sooner pain is seen as a lesson rather than a punishment, the sooner it can become a tool for transformation. It is through pain that people discover their true potential, proving that it is never a barrier, it is always a teacher. Success is often defined by society in rigid and materialistic terms: wealth, status, fame, or power. From a young age, people are conditioned to believe that success looks a certain way: a high-paying job, a big house, a luxurious lifestyle, or widespread recognition. But the truth is, success is deeply personal. It is not about meeting external expectations. It is about achieving what truly matters to an individual. What brings fulfillment to one person may mean nothing to another. Real success is not about competition or comparison. It is about living a life that aligns with one's own values, dreams, and purpose. One of the biggest mistakes people make is chasing a version of success that is not their own. They follow paths chosen by society, their families, or peers, believing that achieving those goals will bring them happiness. Many people pursue careers they do not love, relationships they do not truly want, and lifestyles that do not fulfill them, all because they feel pressured to meet a standard set by others. But no amount of money, fame, or recognition can bring true happiness if it does not align with an individual's passions and purpose. The definition of success must come from within, not from outside influences. True success is about fulfillment. It is about waking up each day with a sense of purpose and satisfaction. For some, success means building a thriving business. For others, it means making a difference in people's lives. Some find success in artistic expression, while others find it in personal growth, strong relationships, or inner peace. There is no single definition of success that applies to everyone. Each person has a unique journey, and what brings fulfillment to one may not resonate with another. The key is to define success in a way that is authentic and meaningful to oneself. Another important aspect of personal success is understanding that it is not measured by external validation. Many people seek approval from others, believing that success is only real if it is recognized by society. They crave praise, awards, and social status, thinking that these things will bring them lasting happiness. However, true success is not about what others think. It is about how one feels about their own life. A person who is at peace with themselves, who finds joy in their work, and who has meaningful relationships is far more successful than someone who has wealth and status but feels empty inside. Success is also not a fixed destination. It is an evolving journey. What feels like success at one stage of life may change over time. A person may once dream of achieving professional milestones, only to later realize that their true success lies in personal happiness, relationships, or health. Understanding that success is flexible and personal allows individuals to adapt and grow without feeling trapped by past definitions. It gives them the freedom to redefine success on their own terms as they evolve. Another crucial aspect of personal success is that it is not measured by comparison. Many people fall into the trap of measuring their achievements against others, constantly feeling like they are falling behind. But success is not a race. Just because someone else achieves something first or in a different way does not mean one's own journey is any less valuable. Everyone moves at their own pace, and the only person worth competing with is oneself. Growth, progress, and self-improvement are far more important indicators of success than comparison with others. Ultimately, success is about finding meaning and purpose in life. It is about doing what makes one truly happy, setting goals that align with personal values, and living in a way that feels fulfilling. When success is defined personally rather than by society's expectations, it becomes a source of joy rather than pressure. No external measure can determine whether a person is successful. Only they can decide if they are living a life that feels truly worthwhile. Negativity is one of the biggest obstacles to personal growth, happiness, and success. It surrounds people in many forms: negative thoughts, toxic relationships, discouraging environments, and self-doubt. The more someone allows negativity into their life, the harder it becomes to stay motivated, confident, and at peace. Cutting out negativity is not just about avoiding bad situations. It is about actively choosing a positive mindset, surrounding oneself with uplifting influences, and making decisions that contribute to a healthier and more fulfilling life. One of the most common sources of negativity is internal thoughts. Many people struggle with self-doubt, fear, and a constant inner voice that tells them they are not good enough. This type of negativity can be extremely destructive because it limits potential and creates unnecessary stress. Negative self-talk convinces people to settle for less, to avoid taking risks, and to believe that success is out of reach. The only way to combat this is by actively replacing negative thoughts with positive affirmations. Instead of thinking, "I can't do this," one should think, "I am capable of learning and improving." The mind believes what it is told repeatedly, so shifting from self-criticism to self-encouragement is a powerful step toward cutting out negativity. Another major source of negativity comes from toxic relationships. The people one surrounds themselves with have a huge impact on their mindset and emotional well-being. If someone is constantly surrounded by individuals who criticize, discourage, or drain their energy, negativity, it becomes difficult to maintain a positive outlook. Toxic people bring unnecessary drama, complaints, and pessimism into life, making it harder to focus on personal growth. Cutting out or distancing from such individuals is necessary to protect one's mental and emotional health. Instead, it is important to build relationships with people who inspire, support, and uplift. Positive influences can make all the difference in staying motivated and happy. Negativity also comes from external environments, the content people consume, the places they spend time in, and the situations they expose themselves to can either uplift or bring them down. Constantly watching negative news, engaging in gossip, or being in a stressful work or home environment can drain energy and create an atmosphere of pessimism. While it is impossible to completely avoid negative situations, choosing to limit exposure to them is within one's control. This can mean taking breaks from social media, avoiding unnecessary drama, or making changes to create a more peaceful living and working space. The more positive the surroundings, the easier it becomes to maintain a healthy mindset. Negativity is also present in the form of complaints and excuses. Many people get stuck in the habit of focusing on problems rather than solutions. They complain about their circumstances, blame others for their struggles, and make excuses for why they cannot change their situation. But dwelling on negativity does not improve anything. It only keeps people trapped in the same cycle. Instead of complaining, shifting focus toward solutions, gratitude, and actions that bring positive change can transform one's outlook on life. Complaints should be replaced with efforts to improve, and excuses should be replaced with determination to succeed. Letting go of negativity also means learning to forgive. Holding on to resentment, anger, or past mistakes only keeps negativity alive. Many people carry emotional baggage that weighs them down, preventing them from moving forward. Forgiving others, as well as oneself, does not mean forgetting or justifying wrongs. It means freeing oneself from the burden of carrying negativity. Letting go allows room for healing, growth, and peace. Cutting out negativity is not a one-time action. It is a continuous process of choosing positivity every day. It requires effort, self-awareness, and sometimes difficult decisions, but the reward is a life filled with more joy, motivation, and peace. When negativity is removed, there is more space for growth, success, and happiness. The energy that was once wasted on doubt, drama, and complaints can now be used to build a life that feels truly fulfilling. Living with purpose is the key to a meaningful and fulfilling life. Many people go through their days without a clear sense of direction, simply following routines and fulfilling responsibilities without questioning whether they are truly happy. Without purpose, life can feel empty, repetitive, and uninspiring. However, when people discover their purpose, everything changes. They wake up with motivation, make decisions that align with their values, and find deeper satisfaction in their daily actions. Purpose gives life meaning, and without it, even the greatest successes can feel hollow. A life without purpose often leads to feelings of restlessness and dissatisfaction. Many people chase money, status, or external achievements, believing that these things will bring happiness. While financial stability and success are important, they do not provide lasting fulfillment unless they are tied to something meaningful. True purpose goes beyond material gains. It is about doing something that matters, something that brings a sense of contribution, passion, or joy. People who live with purpose are not necessarily the wealthiest or most famous, but they are often the happiest because they feel a deep sense of connection to what they do. Finding purpose requires self-reflection and a willingness to explore one's passions and values. It is not about following society's definition of success, but rather identifying what truly matters on a personal level. Purpose can be found in many forms. It could be in helping others, creating something valuable, pursuing a passion, or making a difference in the world. Some people find purpose in their careers, others in their relationships, and some in personal growth or spirituality. There is no single formula for purpose. It is unique to each individual. The key is to listen to what feels truly meaningful rather than what others expect. Living with purpose also means making intentional choices. Many people drift through life, reacting to circumstances rather than actively shaping their path. But purpose-driven individuals do not let life just happen to them. They make conscious decisions that align with their goals and values. This means setting priorities, saying no to distractions, and being mindful of how time and energy are spent. Every action, no matter how small, should contribute to the bigger picture of what one wants to achieve. Challenges and setbacks are inevitable, but those who live with purpose are more resilient in the face of difficulties. When there is a strong reason behind one's efforts, obstacles do not feel like dead ends, but rather lessons and stepping stones. Purpose provides the motivation to keep going even when things get tough. It turns failures into learning experiences and struggles into opportunities for growth. People without purpose may give up when faced with hardship, but those who have a clear why find ways to overcome obstacles and continue moving forward. Living with purpose also brings a sense of fulfillment in daily life. Many people believe that happiness comes from big achievements, but in reality, it is often found in small, meaningful moments. When actions are aligned with purpose, even the simplest tasks become significant. A teacher who finds purpose in education sees each lesson as a way to impact students. An artist who loves their craft finds joy in every brushstroke. A parent who values family cherishes every moment spent with their children. Purpose transforms ordinary moments into something special, making life richer and more rewarding. The most important aspect of living with purpose is that it creates a legacy. People who live with purpose leave behind more than just material success. They leave behind inspiration, impact, and positive change. Their lives serve as examples of what it means to live fully, with intention and meaning. Whether through work, relationships, or contributions to society, a purposeful life leaves a lasting imprint on the world. Living with purpose is not about waiting for the perfect moment to start. It is about making the decision to live intentionally every day. It is about seeking meaning, making choices that align with values, and embracing challenges as part of the journey. When people live with purpose, life becomes more than just existing. It becomes a deeply fulfilling and meaningful experience. So my friends, stop wasting time. Live, grow, become, because this is your life and it's time to start living it for you. Thank you.